Okay, so I just came out the shower and I'm leaving my hair a little damp. I basically just co-washed my hair and I co-washed with the Aussie 3-minute miracle, and this is the first time I've used it. I've actually no, I've used this before and I've recommended to other people who are actually natural, and they gave me positive response, you know, after I recommended it to them. So I was like, okay, let me try it since, I've heard so many great things, and I actually use it and my hairs are pretty soft. I really like it. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use a little bit of this and I'm going to put a little bit to leave into my hair. So I'm not going to put too much. I'm probably just going to put about like this much. And I'm going to rub it through my hair. Making sure that I get all the way to the tip. So the things that you will need to put this in would be, of course, your system. And mine is short. That's why it's like tiny like this. A comb with a rat tail. This is kind of busted, so whatever. At least one clip to clip up your hair. You could even use like a scrunchie. And then of course you're gonna need a needle and thread. This isn't really the right color, but whatever you have will do. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to part my hair and I'm going to braid my hair in the direction that I want it. So as soon as I detangle. Part my hair. So I'm going to want my part on the side of my head. So I'm going to part about like right here. So I'm going to part it wide enough. Next part is I'm going to braid around where my part is going to be, so the system could actually be sewn onto that part. So okay, so now I'm done with this. I know it doesn't look too hot, but it's all great. It's whatever. This is just going to be tucked in and sewed back here with the rest of my braids when I'm done. So the next part I'm going to do is perpendicular to these two parts. So right here, you see we already have this hair out. Make about a little bit larger braid than that right next to it, and you're gonna follow this all the way back to the end, to the end back of your nape, the back of your neck. I wanted to say a few things before I finish this last braid. The reason why I'm braiding my hair damp is so when it dries, it's a lot more tighter, so it holds to my head a lot better. And also, when you are doing your hair, if you're doing it damp or whatever, be very careful because your hair is a lot more fragile when it's wet. So don't be tugging and just yanking at it because it'll just rip out. So when I'm doing my hair, I do it very, very carefully. And I make sure, like, I do get it tight, but not too tight, so it's not as much stress. So this is what the hair looks like, all braided up. Okay, so I have all my loose braids sewed up at the back. And this is my system right here. This is the one that I made, very similar to the Island Beauty XX. Sorry, I'll put her somewhere around here or in the description bar below. But this was made with Outre Duby hair. It's supposed to be 100% human hair. I doubt that since it could barely curl. But this is the system I made. I made it out of it's a lycra swimming cap that I found online, very similar to what the XX The Island Beauty uses. It's very sturdy, and I can tell you, like, it's not going anywhere. And this is probably the one thing that I really like about having my own, doing my own kind of systems, is that I know how it's made, and I know that it's going to be reliable, and I know how to fix it if I need to. Okay, so as I'm coming around, I already did this side, so as I'm coming around this side, I'll show you what I did. I pulled my cap forward like this, and I measured about how much it's going to need to cover up that little bald spot right there. So about that much. I place my finger right where the braid is, and I take my needle, and I braid going like this, and I thread it going out this way, so that when it comes down, it lays like that. So I'm going to continue doing that. Okay, so as you can see, my hair is longer than the system. What I normally do is I take the ends and I curl them away. And I usually don't do this with heat. I usually do it with flexi rods, and I sleep in flexi rods overnight. But since, hold on. Okay, so I just finished straightening all of my hair, and as you can see, it blends fairly nice. I do need a perm. I'm not gonna get one for a couple months though, but you can see, you can barely see my scalp, but I'm gonna hang on to it. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Oy. And yeah, this is my little system that was inspired by XXX The Island Beauty XX. Her name is very hard to spell or pronounce or whatever. Now you can see this hair is kind of funny looking, but it'll blend in. It's nighttime, so I'm not going anywhere. I'll worry about that in the morning. Usually, if I use flexi rods, which I usually do for my own hair, it's one, of course, less heat, and two, it'll be more curly in the front, so that by the middle of the day, it's more of a swoop, and because it has fallen so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. There will be a review on this Duby hair coming up. So I will see you guys all later. Bye.